right, it is 5 o'clock in the morning. We are heading out to Nicaragua. We don't really know what to expect. We were just talking up in the room that like 99% of me thinks that this is going to be no big deal. Like we're going to get to the border, and I keep thinking like, so the word for border in Spanish is frontera, and every time I want to say the word border, my brain is like so ingrained in Spanish right now that I keep wanting to say the word frontera. Anyway, forget all that. The point is I don't think anything's going to happen when we get to the border. So, but there's that 1% of me that's like, I don't know what to expect. And so that little 1% has got me a little bit more paranoid than I probably should be. So we're not taking any electronics. One of the things that my research told me is like, you can't take like high definition cameras and drones and stuff. And so my vlog camera that I've got is a DJI camera. Well, that's a very popular drone brand, so not taking that. So we're filming on my cell phone right now. I asked the question, I was like, well, my phone records in high definition. Is that a problem? And they're like, no, that should be fine. So phone's the only thing I'm taking. And if they take that, I'm be like, no, I'm not going to Nicaragua today. That's fine. I'll go back home. Well, we are apparently at another construction site where there's only one lane available to us. So that's a bummer. Been sitting here about 15 minutes already. Just been trying to not lose my mind. All right, we're finally moving again. Not sure, I know there's like a, tell on the map, there's some kind of detour up here. And I saw heavy machinery doing some work, loading big trucks, so we'll see. We just noticed this truck in front of us has Tennessee plates. He's a little far from home.
I think the map's old. It's down there.
Yeah, the map's old. We're not going that way. We're going this way. This is the heavy machinery I saw loading a truck earlier. Those are the trucks that they were, I guess, attempting to load. Okay, so we're at the border crossing and they're telling us that, so the rental company that I rented this car from, they've given me the registration for the car is in digital form. And there's, even though I've got like the legal paperwork, which is, they were like impressed to see, they are saying that the Nicaraguan government doesn't normally take the digital registration. The only solution to this would be go back an hour, I think, back to Danlí to a bank where they will print out a physical one. And because I have the legal paperwork, they're going to allow me to do that. Because that was my first question, was like, well, like, why would they allow me to print out the registration for this vehicle? And they're like, well, you've got legal permission from. So, I don't know. We'll see what happens. So I'm technically in Nicaragua, and and I'm still at the border crossing, just on the Nicaraguan side, and gotta go to this window, present my documents, plead my case, and hopefully they'll accept the digital registration of the car. So we'll see. And there are fireworks going off. I hope it was fireworks. So I'm going to try to describe this without being obvious that I am recording something. So basically, those containers that have been converted, like like big shipping containers that are converted into offices or rooms or something. There's basically just like 10 of those serving as kind of the customs offices for this side of the border. And I'm waiting in line behind like 5 other guys that are truck drivers that are waiting to get their paperwork taken care of as well. So sorry for the view, but I don't want to be too obvious. I don't want to draw attention to myself too much. This might be an incredible waste of time. I don't know. We'll see. The guys on the Honduran side, the guys that kind of guided me through the gate on the Honduran side and through here, were very, very helpful. Seemed to really want, and were even willing to send somebody with me to the bank to get a physical copy of the registration. So super helpful guys. Okay, so apparently I've got to go to immigration first on the Honduran side and then drive the car up to the Nicaraguan side. So nobody's actually looked at my paperwork yet, but they're just kind of telling me where to go and when to go there. But I've got a couple guys here that have been super helpful, so we'll see. Okay, so we've been here an hour, and so far basically all we've accomplished is I got a plastic version of the paper registration. It's no more, no less than what we already had. It's just a plastic version, and it's not, I don't know, it just looks more official, I guess, and we got through the departure immigration for Honduras. So our passports are stamped as having departed Honduras. We have not yet entered Nicaragua. We are right where the arm is, the gate, like we are right there, and we still haven't gone through. We've been here an hour. So I had a few guys that helped me out, and I compensated them for their efforts. So we'll see. Apparently we're waiting on somebody to finish their breakfast to come help us. But anyway, funny story. So we're at the immigration office on the Honduran side, and we've got to present our passports and all that. And I give the guy my passports. I give him my digital fingerprints, all those things that happen when you cross a border or enter a country. And get it back 2 minutes, maybe, max. This guy, I mean, we are dealing with these border officials who are trained professionals. Obviously saw some sort of character defect and kept his passport for probably 10 minutes trying to figure out, are we going to let this shady guy go, or are we going to detain, whatever. So listen. So, I mean, these guys know what they're doing, so can't blame them. Okay, so I've had to take everything out of the car, even like trash everything, our charging cables, everything. And now I'm about to go through this large semi-trailer like sized scanner. The semi-trailer is somehow motorized, and it has like a big U arm around it, or I guess more like an upside down U that kind of would go around the car, and they're going to scan it, I guess like the scanners at the airport for your luggage. I don't know. Well, we made it through the, oh my goodness, I keep wanting to say don't get it. We made it through the border into Nicaragua. So we're about 2 hours away from where we want to meet up with our brothers in Nicaragua. So this has been like the first time in maybe about 10 years. I mean, I was here one time where we were having some problems with the banking system, and we didn't have any way to get the salaries to the creature. And so I literally carried cash one time to bring to our main contact. So anyway, it's just it's been a long time since I've actually spent any time in Nicaragua. I'm excited. Well, I made fun of Greg a little too early because of how suspicious he was. But apparently the Hondurans thought he was suspicious and the Nicaraguans thought I was suspicious. So I spent probably 30 minutes just talking to the guy at the window for immigration. He was just asking question after question after question. He asked me probably 3 times, but you're not going to do any religious activities while you're here. It's like, no, I'm just going to eat lunch with some friends and then I'm coming back. So, anyway, I was the suspicious one this time. Okay, it's about noon, and we have just gotten into Esteli, so we'll be pulling up to the church building here any minute. Well, I wish I had more time to spend with them, but I was blessed with the time that I had. That's my family. I love them. I didn't want to really record while I was there. I didn't want to waste that time just because I knew it was already short. So, anyway, Guillermo and Zoraida, Pablo and Ileana, Junior, and their daughter. It's a pleasure to get to see them again. Loved every minute of it. Really did. Heart is full and totally worth the trip. All right, coming back to the border. Hopefully it doesn't take 3 hours this time because that would stink. It is 5:17, so let's see how long it takes. We'll be at the border in about 5 minutes. All right, we're back on the road. It only took about 45 minutes this time. And part of that time was like waiting on somebody who was eating supper. So much less pain coming back into Honduras, but you know, we're here, we made it, so life is good.
Yes.
Okay, so was this absolutely worth it? 100%. Yes, absolutely 100% worth the time, the effort, expense to go and see people that I haven't seen to leave. My home congregation helped support. It was good to see him. He told me about some things that were going on there that are issues for him. And then Guillermo is our main contact in Nicaragua, and I am the main missionary contact for Nicaragua. So we are a team, and yeah, it's great to see those guys. 100% worth it. Do I recommend it for anybody? Now that's a different story. The crossing the border in a car that's not your own is definitely a hassle. So wouldn't necessarily recommend, but the whole trip for us, for our purposes, was totally worth it. So tell me what you thought about going to Nicaragua.
Well, I was looking forward to it, but I didn't expect it to be so hard. Going from one place to the next place, all the paperwork involved, but we finally made it through. The roads were great. Traffic was very low. We were able to get in and have a nice meal with brothers and sisters that are here serving Christ. It was wonderful.
Yeah, had a great meal, great conversation, great people. So a couple of things about going into Nicaragua that were new to me. The speed limit countrywide, the max speed limit is like 50 kilometers, which is basically 31 miles an hour. That's not fast, especially on highway roads. It feels like you're creeping along. But we also didn't want any problems, so we tried to stick pretty close to that. It was a great time. I don't know that I'll do it again in that way, but it was definitely an experience to have, like, you at least know now what all is involved, and that's actually valuable education to do. So I would say if you were in my situation where you have responsibility in several different countries, then yeah, it's probably worth knowing how these things work. So anyway,